team captains. We've got Lily Pichu, we've got Scarra. Oh, no, we don't have Lily Pichu. We have, last year, an entirely different player, whatever. Good morning. How are you doing?
3, 2, 1. Hi.
There we go. Okay, Lily, I knew you were in there somewhere. So, it's been an evening. Everyone has, and Scarra, I'm looking at you to represent accurately for your team, rested over the past night?
Yeah, I think some of my teammates actually even got wasted last night, so they're good to go.
All right.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, no. Danny plays better hungover, remember?
Yes.
Anyway.
No. I hope so.
Sykkuno, we have to trash talk him. Tell him he sucks. Scarra, you stink.
It looked like you said it.
To the chest.
All right, I don't think I could do that again, but that was Lily.
It came through that you stink, Scarra. A savage insult as delivered by Sykkuno via Lily. So thoughts and responses.
I don't think I'll ever recover from this. You know, I've been cringe plus ratio before, but never have I ever had taken an L this large.
Can I freestyle on him?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scar, you might have won 2 in a row, but I'm here to tell you that this is the end of your show. You're gonna get smashed, pummeled to the ground. Danny and Sean, they're gonna kill you every round. Yvonne and Sykkuno are gonna do their best, and I'm gonna be here to clean up all the rest.
I mean, do their best. That was pretty good, though. That was good.
That was kind of fire.
Amazing.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Okay, he's so demoralized right now. We're gonna win.
I mean, he's smiling, though. I think you helped him.
That was the end goal
I'm
all
sorry
along.
how good it was.
Oh, right. You're trying to make him laugh so he hurts his lungs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think there's a follow-up that could possibly be better than that. Lily with the freestyle, Scarra, Sykkuno, thank you so much for coming to talk to us before the match. I look forward to seeing who I talk to after you face off and who is going to remain undefeated in this tournament. But for now, I'll send it to your teams. And chat, I'm going to give you back over to TDK and Van Silly.
Fast escapability when you're going with the rendezvous.
Yeah, it is a really nice look. I totally agree in terms of the agent lineups, and it will be interesting to see Chamber. And Chamber makes a lot of sense, I think. You know, the huge flows that you can get. The operator is obviously fantastic for this map. Just there's a lot of varying things to talk about with regards to that. But we're going to be into this one very shortly, and as ever, we're going for our team listen-in shortly. As again, to remind you, round 1 and round 13, the first round of each half, will be a knife round, respectively, for both teams.
For sure, and let's see what happens in a knife round, because I'm pretty sure we're gonna get the comms up. I want to know what the strats are going to be going to this knife round, as everyone on the attacker side of Team Scarra are heading towards B.
Left click only,
Protect me. I hear them in halls. Protect me.
One in Among Us. Swinging at them to scare them.
Among Us.
Remember,
Two mid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. 2 mid. They're running. They're here.
There's 3 mid.
All right. Oh, they're coming.
Oh,
they're crazy.
I already died to Ray.
Guys. Oh,
Buy
I'm
time,
extremely dead.
Ray is
Anybody?
nuts at night.
Anybody here? Anybody?
Daijobu. There's a fusing, Danny.
It's okay.
Oh God, why? She's crazy.
Nice. Oh, good stall.
Somebody help.
Oh
wait, we just gotta stall, don't we?
Yeah, just stall.
Okay, just stall.
Danny, you're smurfing.
Slice them.
He's hit once.
Yeah!
Oh,
wait, we did it! We actually won!
Good work, everyone.
Jesus, we barely held on.
That's what I'm talking about!
I grieved so hard first round. How did you guys turn?
Dan, I think this is where it's going to get interesting, too, because Team Lily, we talked about composition of Team Scarra that's very standard, right, in terms of double initiator, single duelist, and a Viper. But on the other end, for Team Lily, we're playing double controller, no initiator. So you might not be able to gather a lot of information on the attack, but you could definitely do a lot of fakes with Shonik and Ivani with this double controller setup. And looking at it so far, it seems as though it's just going to be all-out brawl out into the A site with all of these Spectres going in.
Oh, that's a lot of damage from the Classic straight away from Jummy too. Some good damage. Nation has that Marshall as well for Team Scarra. So they're They're on this save, but that's the only investment. And it's a good one because there goes Sykkuno. They've lost their presence on that B side. There's only one player left. It's Lily with that spike and H-June. My goodness. That's a strong start there for Team Scarra. This is not how it's supposed to go.
Yeah, I know. Chat was saying only gold, by the way, for H-June, lol. But I'm pretty sure if H-June was playing a little bit more, then I could definitely see him being like a high diamond immortal type of rank right now, because just knowing how to play this round on the second round, for example, on Breeze, where it's like, okay, well, I've lost a pistol. I have enough economy to go for a Marshall buy, especially as a Reyna. And even if I lose, I could go for a half armor buy with a Vandal into the next. So understanding how that economy works is actually quite good. So you're forcing Team Lily now onto an eco. We see right now this wall hasn't come out for Viper yet, but they're using Shonix's Nebulas again to decide. They might get a backstep here at the Scarra.
Oh no, Scarra not expecting or looking at the mid position, and they're going to sneak right on through. So Team Lily in the A site. Have to rotate the spike there still, so it's not going to go down just yet. It does give a lot of time for Team Scarra to coordinate themselves on the retake. Shonik very concussed, and it's looking really good here for Team Scarra to finish this one off. Just Lily left, and not really going to be able to plant this spike. So it's a good attempt. They do manage to find a couple kills, but Team Scarra very much in the driver's seat at the moment.
It was looking good, at least, though, to get that first initial kill onto Scar indeed, that they could have gotten into this site here for Team Lily and explode and get the spike plant if they could, so that they could build the economy into this round. But unfortunately, we still wanted to keep fighting. We know from hindsight, looking at that minimap, that there wasn't much on that rotation yet from Team Scarra, because we had a lot playing towards mid side and A and B rather. But at least they still have, you know, that money to work into this round here. So it's looking to add a lot of pressure into this A site. Lots of stars being placed for fakes on mid, but it doesn't look like Shonix going to go for any type of like late lurks. They're just going to explode into this site where H-June is playing in a very one and done spot, but now could dismiss away as he has the Empress from the palm tree.
Yeah, this is going to be very difficult to deal with the Reyna, and you can see H-June just running around the site, just finding every single frag. Not all that much to be done against it. You can really see how comfortable H-June is on Reyna. Like, knows all the spots, all the setups. Team Lily, they're on the struggle bus right now. Early on here on Breeze.
Just trying to get a feel, But although it does start looking scary here, Dan, because usually looking at, you know, in like semi-pro into ranked games, you're starting to see it's a little bit easier to play on the attacker side, just as you mentioned before, because yes, you have a Viper wall, put that wall up, play pulse plant, and it's like a rotate simulator if you're playing on the defender side, forced to rotate from B to A every single time, where you would lose these fights. But what's the important factor here is that H-June is consistently holding his angles, holding his sight, and anchoring very, very well. And to start things off here, you see the Seekers come out from Peter Park, a flash to get more info on top of that, to allow the Duelists to push out too. H-June is on a hunt once again towards mid.
Yeah, I love the wall as well in mid from Valkyrie, because combined with the Seekers, create some space there, but you got Shifter trying to do what he can. Gummy with a nice pick off there, preventing that Blaze Storm from doing too much more. And that's a 4 versus 3 advantage now for Team Scarra. There's a minute on the clock, so Team Lily now starting to perhaps focus their efforts, I would expect, towards that B site, because that's how their positioning is at the moment. Working up elbow. Here comes Sykkuno looking for Jummy to peek, but Jummy's keeping a pretty tight angle at the moment. Oh, I think there was a step there from Jummy. That might be an opportunity for Sykkuno. They're going to get the wall across here onto the B site and try to do what they can here, but they're going to run straight into Peter Park, though.
One enemy remaining.
There it is. Easy for Jummy. Ace? Question mark? Give him the ace.
That's why Scarra's running away.
Yes. Beautiful. Jummy on the ace. You love to see it. Big start here from Team Scarra, from everyone. I feel like everybody's doing a great job right now for Team Scarra in converting these rounds, but we're back into another full buy situation for Team Lily.
And that's what I was telling you, Chad, how strong it could be to have this double initiator, especially on the defender side too, right? Not only to see to start off the rounds, but when you saw that Team Lily lost a couple of players and they wanted to cut noise and run a slower scale towards this elbow and B main site, we saw that the flash came back in favor because it regenerates for Peter Park. He threw a flash into B main, got the information, and that just allowed both initiators to get ready and for Jummy to get ready for that ace at the same time. But we hear that Dilda Fuss coming out here from Saikuno. He's looking for a pick towards his B side. Also has a spike, but this is what I thought was going to happen too. Shonik, who loves to lurk, will probably be that player that's going to lurk a lot towards the A-side hulls. And now that he breaks one of those turrets down from the chamber on the defender side from Scarra, that's information given. The door is open. He's going to try to pull these rotations that way. So far, it's not working too well because we're still anchored up here towards his B site.
Yeah, the blind Hunter's Fury coming through from Jummy, not finding any connections, as they're all in the halls at the moment.
Oh, we have a nice lurk into B site, though. Yvonne is in a great spot in B. There you go.
Akare will be able to trade that one out, but you can see that they'll be gravitating towards mid now, and that's the spike now lost in mid. Ace-Tune has a beautiful control of these mid positions. There's the backstab from Shawnick, and that's going to create the 2v2, but they must recover the spike. It's down in mid, and there is limited time. But he's still lurking, still walking, trying to catch some information, trying to catch a player off guard, but...
She heard the rotation from Valkyrie, I'm pretty sure. So they'll call for at least one player into spawn. So Shawnick's going to be ready for this as he picks up the spike and heads into B. So they'll get a free plant. This is good. And now they're in a perfect position on a crossfire in the end too.
You are divided.
Actually going to get the Cosmic Divide coming through as well. That's going to allow Shawnick to reposition. And Lily also will be able to work with this, setting up some util around mid doors.
Oh, they got stuck out.
Such a good spot. Oh my goodness. There it is. The timing for Shawnick is perfect. Oh, the Cosmic Divide comes out huge. And Team Lily pick up a much needed round.
I like it. I like it. A nice save there from Lily and from Shawnick in the end. Like I said, Lily getting the information of Valkyrie rotating back through spawn, which is why we saw this Cosmic Divide come out from Shawnick in the end too to block all that vision. And I think pretty sure Lily was watching towards mid in the end. What I do like from Team Lily is this lurk play that they're currently doing on both extremities, right? But the where it kind of like fumbled for a bit is as soon as Ivani got a kill, everybody decided to leave their spots on a default and rotate back towards spawn side where they got shot in the back. But you saw it from the minimap, the defenders are rotating actually quite quickly off any type of like early picks or losing players in the beginning. So if Team Lily could take their time a little bit more, they could potentially catch a lot of them off rotations and continue this type of like backstab lurk type of play, which would help into their attacker side to even up the scoreline in these next couple of rounds.
We get that Viper's Pit early on the defense there, coming out from Valkyrie onto B, and that's going to make B very difficult to challenge. You need to have the right utility to do it. And it doesn't seem like Team Lily's all that interested in challenging the Viper's Pit on B.
Oh. Shawnick was counting bullets there and trying to get the timing off the spam of the operator from Scarra, but Scarra is able to run away early. But at least they were able to get a pick on mid. So that's Jummy to fall and a weakened B defense, which is why... Ooh.
Shawnick just walked all the way through into the defender spawn. H-June unlocked though, unleashed on this A side, trying to find the headshots, just keeping that presence alive, and in fact might be discouraging them from going towards the A side altogether. Still in mid, very limited time. Will they go back to the B side at this point? Surely they must, as they'll have to make decisions very quickly here. And indeed, that's going to be the B site where the plant will go down. And Shifter lurking in mid should hear any noise at all if it's made towards that spawn position.
It's going to be the most important spot. So right now, he's not going to hear anything because we're walking out on the rotations. But he's really not going to group up with Ivani. I love this. Now you have a Viper's Pit, and he could play the backstab late into the post-plant.
They don't really have util to deal with the Viper's Pit. It's going to have to just be, hopefully, just a guessing game that works out for them. Shifter on that late look. It's actually
You saw one.
timed to perfection just as they will cross across. There it is, the 1v1, the dash coming in. That's really well played by Shifter, keeping himself alive right now, allowing Ivani to have more space and time to work with. It's going to have to be just to force the issue straight into the Viper's pit. There's no choice. There's no time on this one. H-June can't do anything else. It's perfect between Shifter and Ivani to close down the round. And H-June just wants a couple kills, but will be ultimately denied. Another big round there from the remainder of Team Lily.
Oof. It looked scary at some point, but it made things a lot easier for Ivani to hold inside her Viper's pit too. Putting down H-June at 2 HP after the initial gun battle there against Shifter was actually a job well done on that lurk play from Shifter. And I just love the poison cloud right on the spike. One snake bite, a second snake bite, making sure that you secure the round there for Team Lily, and they got it done. The thing is, though, everybody died. Thankfully, everybody's able to buy on both ends, but you can see the money is slightly more healthy on the defender side, where the other team could potentially get into a reset coming in here. You got nothing left for Shifter into this buy as he gets a Vandal out. But flashes on mid side, gets a little bit of information, and a battle towards A main with H-June, who loses the fight to Shonik.
Shonik opening it up, the can opener, the human can opener on that A site, and the spike will make its way across. It's going to be very difficult to find a recovery here. We'll see what they can muster. Team Scarra get caught in mid though. Sykkuno with the trap. And still this wall up, so annoying. Get caught out. 2 versus 4 for Team Scarra.
Revealing area.
This might get a bit of info with the recon dart. No, immediately broken. So great positioning in the M. This is looking like Team Lily across the board here. Lily's even watching a flank.
Yeah, and it's interesting actually to see that we're seeing the Viper's walls for both sides going down in mid quite a lot. But in pro play, in contrast, what you typically will see is the Viper walls being used for the sites.
Yep.
Either to cut off vision towards the A side or the B side to kind of allow there to be a constant threat, so that it always will keep the defenders in place. If you're on the receiving end of that defense, you have to always worry: are they walking or lurking through behind that wall, or are they going to just contact behind the wall, or are they going to the question mark is always there as to what's happening behind that wall. And because it's a site, it feels very threatening.
Yep. And that's the beauty as well for Team Lily, that they're allowed and able to do that Viper wall early on mid side because they do have a second controller. So if it comes down to an execution into a site where they want to explode, they could use Shonik's utility to actually try to open up the site. But so far, you're looking at the strategy of how Team Lily is working out towards this A main side, is they're actually just using Shonik to go head-to-head against H-June so they could try to get into the entries that way. So it works out for a couple of rounds, but you see now this time for the defender side, we've switched things over. We do have an operator coming out from H-June instead of a Vandal, and he's actually opping in the back of the B side. So anchoring on his own, Valkyrie focused to work towards the B side, and a double initiator for information on A side instead, and flashes for deniability. I kind of like the small change and adaptation for Team Scarra.
Yeah, I love that we're seeing the clearance there of the chamber slows and holes here from Shonik, and oh my god, Shonik somehow gets a complete just drop on the A defense. Picks off one of them and just leaving Peter Park here. Oh, wow. Great duel again from Shifter. Really performing right now for Team Lily, opening up these sites. And the lockdown is going to make it even more difficult to get back in. 3v3 though. Shifter going down. H-June unlocked.
Yeah.
Closest A side.
He's alive. It's scary.
Bonnie. The drop on H-June, but still H-June is the victor. Dismissing forward. Creating that pressure. It's going to be so hard now for Lily. I don't know if there's any nanoswarms on the spike. Okay, well, there's one. But that's not going to kill enough time. Lily's got to go forward, get the kills, but it's H-June to shut it down again.
It's so scary when you have H-June that's still alive. So, yes, they avoided him towards that side. They got a great entry from Shonik. And you saw then Shifter was really trying to catch one off guard. I'm pretty sure that Shifter probably still had a dash when he was trying to look down towards the spawn side. But H-June was just reacting a little bit too fast there with that operator. Switching over to a Vandal on top of that to scale back towards that A-site map and regain control for the team. So, a nice little back and forth. It was a forced buy that came in for Team Scarra because, yes, we had an operator operator and a Vandal, but you saw for a couple other players buying whatever they can, they could only afford Spectres. So that was a very important round for Team Scarra to win, which they did to keep the economy straight. Now, though, we have a potential op versus op battle here towards this, well, it's only going to be a solo battle here with an op towards the B side, but we at least have an operator on both ends, where Shifter is currently wielding it here for Team Lily.
Yeah, good sense of the safer angles on some of these peaks. We're not seeing an overextension that's going to allow Shifter to get a pick early on here. Jummy just staying tight to those angles. Shonik, though, so many lurks here. It's catching so many players early with these first bloods. Is it to be another one? It looks like it's guaranteed here for Shonik again. There's 2 more players on the site, and Shonik's going to find maybe all of them. It's just Valkyrie left, and they're going to just find the finish. Charging through the poison orb. There's nobody left to support Valkyrie. And that seems like that just might be the round done and dusted here for Team Lily once again.
Woof. Even an op onto Scarra towards spawn side. So yeah, despite him getting only 2 kills out of 3, at least it was the information there that Shonik was able to get so that Valkyrie falls in that corner. So despite a stack, it was very, very well done on that lurk from Shonik, going on that mid side, omitting the mid side for Team Scarra, and that was definitely taken advantage of. So now Sykkuno is going to go on a hunt. Last one's trying to save, or actually trying to go for exit kills, but loses the fight to Ivani, so Peter Park will fall. And Dan, we're going back to these games of the back and forth. We love Team Scarra on these games on the first half, where it keeps going into these close first halves. It might be a different story, though, once we get the second half with H. June on the attack.
Yeah, absolutely. But what's interesting is that the stuff that we're seeing out of Shonik and Shifter is what we described before. Just finding the gaps in the defense, finding these holes to lurk through to get these opening first bloods, and sort of steamrolling from that point forward. And that is being very reliable so far again here today.
And the good part about it, too, is that these lurk kills, it's like A-holes, it's mid-side. So we don't know where they're lurking from right now for Team Scarra, so they always have to readjust every round. And the readjustment is, look at this push from Peter Park down towards hole side. He might get a backstab, but there's a turret watching it.
Yeah, that's a problem that's going to give away the flank.
Get out of my way.
And you can see that this is very methodical here from Team Lily. Viper wall's gone down, so there we go. They're waiting for it to go back up again. There's Shifter trying to find more information with the updraft. Who is the next player to go down is going to be H. June, dropping in from heaven.
And flies back up to heaven.
Yeah. It's pretty good defense overall. The double operator is certainly annoying to deal with. Shifter running around with the Blaze Storm. Seeker's going to absorb some of those blades. Peter Park takes him down, and how much more damage can Peter Park get? Oh, it's labored. Shonik will finish him off, and there you go. Team Lily with 6 rounds now to the 5 of Team Scarra.
Last round before the switch.
And right now, Team Lily, the individuals are really popping off.
Oh,
Shonik
agreed.
and Shifter.
Agreed. And that's, again, all these lurk kills that that Shonik is able to get, right? Always getting behind enemy lines, getting down towards that staircase. I'm pretty sure the door was open, right? Or actually, no, he went from mid-side and was able to get under the staircase and get more of players dropping down. So H. June caught on these rotations as well. So it's unfortunate what's going on here for Team Scarra, forced into these rotations where they can't really clear the angles that they want to, and even where they're anchoring is just not working out. At least, thankfully, now we're cutting down a little bit of those angles to look at, because we had the Viper's Pit to come out and a nice trade to start things off. So thankfully here, H. June gets the trade off after losing Jummy for Team Scarra. But on the 4v4, that's one big initiator that falls down here for the defenders.
Yeah, lots of stepping hurt as well by Team Scarra on the defense there, sitting in the Viper's Pit. That'll be communicated. And right now, the Viper's Pit is not something that you can see Team Lily want to ever go into. You can definitely do so if you've got a drone or some kind of like a Trailblazer or something, but they don't really have any of that util. And that was something you mentioned previously, Vansilli, that they are lacking that. And so it makes the Viper's Pit even stronger, and no Seekers either. And back into mid to see what they can find. Is Sykkuno, though, over towards the A site, finding that pick. Scarra looking for information. A bit of more than he can chew, and that might just happen here right against Shifter in mid. Takes down H. June. Huge pick to find as Team Lily just marching to the A site.
Peter Park on a flank, though. And this was a weird attack around here for Team Lily, because he went for a double up, and it pays off in dividends. Let's just see what happens with this big flank coming in from Peter Park, though.
Yeah, the timing might be quite good here.
Oh no, not anymore. Because Valkyrie is going on that flank, so now they're gonna have to look towards that flank. So they'll spot both Valkyrie and Peter Park.
Great kill there by Lily. And as you say, they know precisely where Valkyrie is. The toxic screen's not going to do too much to help her out. Ivani finds the kill. And that's the end of the first half. Team Lily 2 rounds ahead with that 7-5 finish.
Huge impactful kill there for Lily as well to get that one onto Peter Park. So the first one on the board for her was one that allows Team Lily to secure another round. But now that we get into the attacker side, Dan, it's not only on H-June playing as the duelist to try to entry, but it's on... We have to make sure that Team Lily are going to break this recon darts that's going to get into sight. Because we've seen from yesterday's games, a lot of the moments where, for example, Abe playing a Sova, or even Jummy playing a Sova, or Pokemon playing a Sova, they do get a lot of value off the recon darts because nobody's really turning around to shoot them. They're just focusing more on like, oh no, I got discovered. I'm probably going to get pushed and I'm going to try to kill them. But when you're going to try to play that type of style against somebody like H-June...
I think they're all here.
Okay, get this one.
Oh, it's just Danny. Just Danny. I'm gonna.
Just Danny right now?
Yeah, I'm pressuring him.
He's running. He's running. He's running.
Just don't take the fight here. Just come back.
Yeah.
Come back. Always double up here. Always double up.
Oh, but caves.
Force them to defuse. Force them to defuse.
Nice.
Got one. Okay, both together. Both together. Last one.
Oh shoot. Nice.
Yeah.
Lily pulled out a pistol, dude. I thought she was going to start shooting.
She ran out of knife bullets.
Oh my god.
Nice.
I was like, there's no way, right? She's not going to dome me right now. There you go. So this is a great pistol, or should I say knife round to get now for Team Scarra to build that economy. And just to finish the sentence, that's where it's going to get dangerous, right? If they want to play here Team Lily and not break any recon darts coming out from Jummy, it could be very dangerous once H-June gets all of the information of where everybody's hiding on defense. So this round we're just stacking up here. A lot of utility towards the B side and gambling that the hit's going to happen here.
We get a walkout down mid. It's going to get spotted, though, by that recon. And I believe it's Shornik around elbow, indeed. It's going to run straight into this one. He will spot everybody, but unfortunately, I don't know that there's too much that can be done to prevent entry through the choke point. Really, Team Scarra have beaten to the punch on that one. They're going forward quite slow, though, and with Sykuna getting a pick in mid, maybe there's a way in here.
Both nanos are out.
Down.
Just hoping to land these as Sykuna.
There they are.
Yeah, looking to go and take the fights here aggressively. And it's always a good look when you have the weapon, the superior weapons. And it's really left out. And there's not too much to be done here. So we're going to get the 7-7. So off of the knife round, we're going to get everything equalizing now between these two teams. And it's going to be interesting to see, some of the things that you were mentioning, Alex, will come to pass now.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about you drew particular attention to the Sova darts needing to be broken by Team Lily when we're going to see those attacks, especially when those Viper walls are going up.
Yeah, and you just saw that clear example at the end of that round. The recon dart was towards the arches. There was 2 players heading there towards the defender side. It didn't get shot out, so then a single ping came out, and Ivani died there towards the back of the arches. So very dangerous game to play so far if you're not going to break these. But Sykuna, man, he got a dink with a headhunter because he got a headshot through the pillar. So that's just a little bit unlucky. But look at this push. The timing. The timing on this defense here from Shonic.
Like ships in the night. Passing each other there. Shornik is going to get a massive backstab. Going for the trigger discipline there for the moment. See this over in the drone. The 180 to take down Valkyrie as well. Oh, no. Valkyrie is going to be kicking herself on that one. And it's going to be a 2 versus 4 situation to recover from for the remainder of Team Scarra. H-June and Scarra.
This is where H-June is also slapping himself, saying, how the hell did they get through?
Yeah.
Like you said, Dan, ships in the night, getting 3 kills, but again, we have a Guardian with a Vandal. This is a big gun round here for the attackers, and this is where it starts. H-June's still alive here on mid side.
Yeah, really big kill to find, taking out Shifter. Evony going close to the double doors here in mid, and lots of noise. You can see that will keep Evony's attention towards mid, and that allows Scarra to just sneak by completely undiscovered. I don't know that he can see it. We can see, obviously, Evony with the X-ray. I don't think she is visible to Scarra there. It's going for that spawn side plant. Bonnie, where it's gone, and Shonik will get the kill, but can H-Tune get there in time? Is there going to be a line of sight here to the spike as they get on top of it? But they're not on top of it just yet. The Cosmic Divide comes. They have no idea where H-Tune is. That's a free kill. A second one coming up. The Classic has to come into play. There's no bullets, and that is going to be the difference for Evony in that fight. And that's going to be the rounds.
4 HP left. There was a world where H-Tune maybe almost had that one too, because you saw how fast he was moving up from that mid side, pulling out the knife, understanding that, okay, I have a good timing on the players that are rotating across. But the first shots that you saw when Shonik was running across with his knife out from quad box into the spike area, well, a couple of them missed, which allowed everybody else to be alert on these kills and finally get the take H-Tune down. But this was one crazy lurk here by Shonik. That's a huge 3K to get for sure, and a spike down to be able to win that round. But it's going to be even here, Dan, in terms of the economy. We have a couple of Vandals across the board, and we're going with Headhunters for both Scarra and for Sykkuno. Clean.
Clean as you like. Yeah, that's a really nice one to get. Shonik causing so much trouble in some of these rounds. It's nice to, I'm sure, for Team Scarra to deal with him early. And resetting themselves, rotating towards that A site now after that kill in mid. Bonnie will take cursory glances every so often, but the screen going up again. This is what we talked about. It's very hard. You have no idea if anything is behind that. Okay, well, there's a lair, there's a drone. That definitely tells them more than enough.
Yeah, the drone spots 2 players too. Is going to be very difficult to retake now. There you go.
And that's H-Tune. That Reyna, so difficult to deal with Shifter. Oh, H-Tune maybe meeting his maker there. Shifter winning so many of these key battles. It really is the battle of the duelists. And how much damage are we going to see here coming from Sykkuno? Just going to be a few bullets into the torso, but Scarra lethal with that Headhunter. And that's going to tie things up here. 8-8.
Thank you.
He literally just flicked that one. He was definitely playing some grid shot before this, Dan.
Definitely.
But that's exactly what we're talking about, right? The owl drone. The owl drone spotting both the quad and the staircase, and that lurk from H-Tune to come out knowing exactly where to place his crosshair. So that's another thing too. Not only is it going to be the dart that we have to take care of for Team Lily to break, but also making sure that when you hear the fans of the drone coming out here from Jummy, you're going to have to take that down early as well. Even if it gives away the position of one of the players, to keep the other player concealed for a potential higher percentage on a trade is what you definitely want here for Team Lily. So that's where that teamwork comes in again. And that owl drone, we're just having players running back and forth. That's actually going to spot 2 now from Jummy right here.
Going to make their way forward into A once again. Shifter keeping good tabs on here, obviously getting the tag already as well in H-Tune. Got to be careful to avoid being finished off. Of course, H-Tune can heal up, but look at Shonik go again on these massive flanks.
Yeah.
Always finding
with the
these
Vandal
timings.
too. So a hero buy coming in for the defenders here, Dan, and this is going to be the biggest rifle for this pulse plant.
Yeah, guiding light through there. We'll deal with Evony for now. But again,
Peter
it's all
Park's
about
watching
that flank, but it's been dealt with. Peter Park sending one straight to Shonik's face, and it's defending the spike now. Looking quite good here, Team Scarra on this position. Able to deflect everybody as they try to make their way forward, but it's a pretty straightforward round here. Of course, the weapon advantage was pretty overwhelming for Team Scarra. Get the operator. Will fall in the hands of Shifter. We'll have to see where Shifter goes with that. Looks like it'll be towards the A side of the map for now. But Shifter's been really key, I have to say, here, Van Silly. You can see H-Tune, racking up the kills as we expect. And it's because of, again, some of these plays from Shonik and Shifter, the aggressions, that they're finding those timings, finding the flanks. That's really made the difference.
Yep. And that's how they're playing it too, right? They're playing those two players on the extremities, holding A and B, and that's how Shifter gets the first blood. Because there hasn't been too much mid control here for Team Scarra. So you're having like your impact players from Shonik on one side that could anchor and also lurk once the rotation's coming through, and then Shifter's holding on the opposite angle too. And not only that, but when you also have Sykkuno with a headhunter that's 150 across the board now, or across the map in terms of headshots, it's still a pretty decent agent to have towards the mid side. And you see that he's placing these rendezvous on the ground too, where he could actually teleport and get that escapability. So it's actually nice, the setup that they have, despite not having any type of initiators. More reactionary, having to be out in the open more, and now being out in the open forces a battle lost here for Shonik.
Yeah, very close to winning that battle. But H-June gets the heal now. Here comes the... Oh my god, Sykkuno out of nowhere. I don't know if Sykkuno knew anything about that headshot, and in comes the tour de force to finish off the job. I have to see what is going to come out from this one. There's I think quite a bit of gas left in that toxic screen, so it's not going down. Well, it's going to be brought down, I believe, as that's going to allow H-June to start racking up more kills. That's 3 now for H-June.
1 away from dropping 30 already, Dan. Well, there's that 30.
Oh my goodness me. H-June is not stopping, looking for the ace. Shifter denies it, but it will be the round regardless to Team Scarra.
Oh, that's just so unfortunate. Losing one player so early for Shonik, like I said, because you don't have information, because you're trying to gather the information of where a hit's coming out first, then you're forced to be, like, you know, having these peak half bodies say, oh my god, there's actually one player there, and it's H-June. Usually if it's H-June, then the rest of the team is falling right behind. But Shonik loses that fight. They don't have any ways of, like, running their own flashes, from example, a Sky to say, blinded, and to get information towards B main or anything like that. So losing those fights, I think that's the name of the game. The winning condition here for Team Lily is that because they have to play these aggressive angles and be more out in the open, they have to win their duels. If not, we're going to see Scarra starting to snowball these rounds and take the end of the second half. And that Aldrone already spotted Shifter towards A main, so we have players ready for that.
Oh,
he jumped!
Nice shot. I was just about to say, Vasily, like, I feel like Shifter's gotten so many first bloods in this game.
Yep.
Shonik again back at it with that hero rifle. And look at this. Team Scar have very little left right now. Shonik still pressing on the flank. I don't know that I've ever seen any engagements around that corner in all my breezes that I've casted so far, except this game. And Peter Park, he's got a great angle. It's going to convert to there, and that's going to be the Seekers getting unleashed as well. That's going to give them the info to know which site to plant. And you can see the Seekers go mid and they go towards A. Okay, that's the B plant.
At least the second Seeker is not really going to reach Shifter, so he could just focus on rotating across the spawn. Lily, they don't know how close they are, right? They know that it's mid, they know that it's back A, and now Lily's trying to go for the run and gun. So at least one player's there, but the ops getting ready to come out from Arches, or what other players would like to call McDonald's. And here it comes.
Yeah, once again, Shifter's going to have to come out really huge here on the jet. I don't know. Yeah, there's a dash left. Out comes the Sheriff, but Peter Park will finish it off. Lily, very little health left to work with. Peter Park is going to lock this one in there for Team Scarra. 11-8 now. They are closing in on the victory. And it's crazy. If you consider how well it started out for Team Lily, they had such a strong position with the initial kills, the first blood, the follow-up from Shonik. But they got in too deep, Alex.
And it didn't even look like Peter Park was affected by anything last night at all here, Dan. He's playing out of his mind again. As you mentioned before, when he was playing that Omen on Ascent, he's putting up big numbers on the attacker side once again for Team Scarra. So H-June an opener, as we talked about before, Peter Park the closer, and enduring this super well. So another winning condition is making sure you try to get rid of these players early. Yes, they're getting kills onto Scarra, opening kills, first bloods, whatnot. But when it comes down to the mid rounds and the late rounds, to still have Peter Park as the initiator to gather this information and to allow H-June to get these entries, it's still a pain in the butt right now for Team Lily. So Shonik, you're hoping that he's going to land a second one here, as Jummy potentially might try to go for a body peek instead of using a recon dart or an owl drone.
Yeah, we have a guiding light available as well, I believe, if they wanted to move Peter Park up to help clear those angles. All it takes is a couple of good flashes and the operator can't do too much. You can close the distance on him, but Shonik unharassed here at the back of the B site.
They're feeling a rotation, Dan. Look at this, just like a sixth sense, a tingle. 3 players coming out of A side for Team Lily and slowly rotating towards B.
Playing that retake game. They do have all the retake utility as well here, fans. They've got the lockdown, they've got the cosmic divide, so smart of them to play retake.
And after that recon dart you saw from the attack, it was a fake. They're slowly going back towards the mid side, but it's still too slow. So reacting it once again on the defender side, they had the right amount of players into this A site this time.
And Avani has the Viper's Pit as well that can be used for the
love
defense
that.
if they want to. And right now, this is horrendous. They're so committed to plant. They've got no time to plant.
Yeah.
The lockdown, it needs to be taken out somehow. They've got to get rid of it. I don't think that they're going to make it, though. That lockdown is going to just finish to completion, and that's going to be
Get him out.
late.
That's it.
Plant. Is that going to deny? Oh, yes, it does. Valkyrie couldn't come off of it, and that's the round 1. Beautifully played by Team Lily.
That was so good there in the end. Like, I love the lockdown that was more proactive than reactive, right? It's like, okay, well, instead of letting them plant and go for the lockdown and push him out towards the A site, understanding that there's not enough time left, Dan, you put that urgency onto, wow, they have to break this lockdown on the attacker side of Team Scarra. But not only that, they know that the default plant is always happening towards that right side pyramid. So getting those 2 nanoswarms on the ground, the Viper's Pit to come out on defense too, they just had everything on lock to be able to win that round. But albeit they actually used a lot of those utilities to get that round, right? A lot of those ultimates. So that's a Viper's Pit down into this round. At least thankfully Lily got 2 kills and a defuse to already give her 3 ultimate points into this next round to rebuild her next lockdown. But this is a huge advantage once again for Team Scarra to just explode into the A site because there's no ultimates to hold them back.
Yeah, it was a great round to watch for Team Lily. It's one of the things that we've come to expect from them, that level of detail and thought and the layers. And we're going to get an all-out attack here onto the A side. But once again, we've got the Cosmic Divide still available for Shonik. However, for Team Scarra, we're going to have Peter Puck unleashing the Seekers to try to deal with the defenders. Nice shot by Shifter. The dash coming through as well, resetting off of that one. But still, we have Team Scarra pressing onto the site. Undeniable movement from them. Ivani still defending, and there goes Shifter again. The whiff, though. And the Viper's Pit coming through is going to make life very difficult. Shifter going straight into it. Swapping out for a rifle. A lot of util left here for Team Lily to deal with this Viper's Pit.
Ooh, she's getting spammed though.
Valkyrie gonna... Oh, Shifter's just going straight in the double updraft over the top, but Valkyrie has just managed to slide away. Sneaky stop from Valkyrie. Is this the Giga Brain play from Valkyrie? It's moving out and just running the drive-by snake bite. Gets it onto Saikuno. Is there going to be enough time board here? But
it's halfway though, it's halfway.
Oh, it runs out just in the nick of time. Shifter will be able to get that defuse in.
That was such a nice try, Dan. Such a nice try by Valkyrie. And that's exactly what we're talking about, too, like how good she is in her Viper's Pit. Yes, she's getting spammed down a little bit, but I love the fact that she's not staying in her Viper's Pit. So understanding to, like, lurk out on the other area, the left side, towards that door side, towards that ramp, and just flank back from behind, still having the snake bite onto the ground. Imagine another split second, maybe a second and a half further to get that through. It was definitely the round coming in for Scarra, but now, Dan, we actually have a game in our hands. A lot of ultimates, getting very close to the ultimates on the defender side to actually get the game very close in the overall scoreline, but we're actually focusing on Shonik once again with this operator on B side. There's still going to be that war between himself and Jummy, the utility versus the op, a slow default for Team Scarra, trying to see if Shonik's trying to go for these pushes on the defense as well, but with the op, definitely he's not doing that.
And again, you know, the Shonik has that Cosmic Divide still available. It's a very strong ultimate to retake a site. And this dance here, I mean, just trying to...
The 1-2 step.
Yeah, if you have really good model awareness, you can really bait these shots out.
Oh,
to
yes.
Show a pixel.
Do you know the 1-2 step song, Dan? From
don't.
Sierra? It's an...
Oh, no! Oh, that's too much! He went too wide. Oh, no. Team Lily in a really good spot now. Team Scarra are going to have to force their way in. They've got no choice here, surely. Shonik at the back with the operator still causing
Shifter
havoc.
to help.
And Shifter, as you say, he's moved in. And all the reinforcements, all the cavalry has arrived here. However, it's all about hitting the shots right now. And Still got Valkyrie and Peter Park here to try to do the
Oh
damage.
my.
Doing the dance to the back of the site. It's going to work out. 2 versus 3 for them now. Make that a 2 versus 2. Somehow turning this on its
No
head.
way.
Peter Park coming out again with the closes. But will he be able to close all of the way? He'll coming in. The time is really against them. They have
10
to go for the spike
seconds.
plant. Avani could deny this. There's the spike plant. Just has to survive. Has to survive for 5 seconds. That's all she has to do right now to win the round. But in comes Valkyrie from the side. And Team Scarra get themselves to 12. And oh man, that was so close.
That was insane. And how Shifter had such a beautiful backstab on that ladder side of the B site, but wasn't able to capitalize on the kill. The dancing continues. It became a 1-2 step to a square dance where Team Scar just got the upper hand, having better dance moves than everybody else, and were just able to just dwindle down the defense of Team Lily as they rotated across because the numbers are already there. You already had 3 players. Sykkuno already rotated from the mid-side tunnels too, and just unfortunately the shots not connect, and Team Scarra was able to have such a huge impactful round to put them at map point.
Okay, wait it out.
Oh, here. Wait, shit. I'm gonna put my wall down first then. I'm putting it back up.
Two doors.
When her wall drops, I'm putting mine up.
Okay, I'm gonna blind pass her wall, okay?
Okay.
You ready? 3,
One
Go.
watch flank.
2,
Go,
1, go.
We have traps
Blinding.
right?
Blinding.
I'm planning backside.
One watch flank.
I have traps.
Careful. Shit, he's all.
Oh, jumped on top.
On spike,
Here,
on
here.
spike.
On the right side.
You guys are all watching the same angle.
Oh no.
Oh
Okay.
my god. Missed on
So-
my shot.
Wait, I just got headshot through the smoke.
I think
Yeah, I think we all...
we need more space. So all 3 of
Okay.
you are in that cubby. So we need to.
No.
Yeah. So as I was trying to finish there, Dan, so they had a lower bar, but they had a lot of ultimates to work with, right? And thankfully, they were able to win this round with all of their shots through smoke somehow, too, but still contain a lot of their ultimates into this round, too, where the economy is almost broken out for Team Scarra. So we actually have a potential of an overtime coming up.
Yes, we do. It'll be the first overtime if we get it.
Yeah. And look at the amount of utility on defense on B side, understanding how a lot of these hits has been happening there, but with Seekers, we're going to try to follow it behind here with Team Scarra and try to decide where the Seekers are going to. Where there's less numbers, they might head towards that area, and it's looking to be towards B.
Oh, the slow there is very annoying. Gonna give a lot of time here to just rotate around. Sykkuno gets a look in. Shonik, though, able to just, whilst they were distracted with Sykkuno, able to steal away a kill. 5 versus 4 advantage now for Team Lily. Looking for that overtime now. H-Tune able to even up the numbers there. In comes the lockdown on the B site. H-Tune's going straight for it. Deflected by Lily, though. Valkyrie should be able to get rid of it using the knife. Run out of bullets. Very awkward back behind the smoke. And Lily's around the corner doing so much damage. Lily coming up huge here. Another person coming back site. It's Peter Park. And now it's Avani in the 1v2. Jummy is quite low. I don't know that Peter Park has spotted Avani with that peek. Avani, is there a read here? Still has the toxic screen. That's going to be quite helpful. Making her way back now. May be able to isolate one of these fights. Okay, definitely knows where one player is now. As Avani just closes the distance. Turning away from the flashes, the 1v1s.
Ooh.
That's how you win this. There's one. Just one more to go. Jummy, where is Jummy? The Viper's Pit coming in. Oh, here's Jummy shooting in the right side. If only they're going for the taps, going to force Jummy to have to push. Is it a stick? Gets it halfway. Where is Jummy?
Oh my God.
There Jummy is, and Ivani with the clutch. And that's going to be the overtime.
What a clutch there for Ivani. Okay, this is how you know a player is good and how she has actually increased her skills from the last time we saw her into this time here. They're turning away from the flashes on both of them, avoiding the Trailblazer, isolating 1 versus 1s on a 2 versus 1 with the toxic screen and winning those. Understanding that after the kill on Peter Park, she had her ultimate available right there. Gets that kill, puts the Viper's Pit up right away. Understand that she has time to put it halfway and to win that. Play the mind game against Jummy and win and get the clutch. Let's call it the Red Bull clutch here, Dan. That was a huge clutch.
That was awesome. And here we go into the overtime. And the overtime rules is that you'll play 1 round on either side, and the first team that wins 2 rounds wins the match. So it would have to be a 14-12 finish to win in the first overtime.
Pressure's on now, Dan. Rifles across the board. We're not going for any operator at all, knowing how we have fought blood, sweat, and tears to get it into this overtime for both of these teams. So no domination right now, and Shifter working on the mid side with 2 of his teammates, and they're looking to pinch out towards this mid doors. But Peter Park is currently holding out boxes and watching that mid side, and you have H. June on the right side pyramid, so they have some heavy firepower on this A side hold on the defense of Scarra.
Yeah, Shawnick trying to lurk through, as Shawnick loves to do. H-June will spot it though. Peter Park able to finish off the job. The defense there doing a great job. But Shifter able to pick one off. Really, this is a great strength of their team here for Team Lily. And then they go looking to challenge the B side. Valkyrie, very close angle. Beautiful hold there. Trying to, oh wow. Somehow gets out of that position. That's huge for Valkyrie.
Oh my god, she's still dodging, bobbing and weaving.
In so much trouble right now. Another player coming around the corner. Ivani cannot be stopped. And now it's just Lily in the 1 versus 2. And the spray's not going to land. It's Peter Park to finish it off and claim the first round of the first overtime here for Team Scarra.
That was so close, and you saw there that Shifter was really baiting out footsteps when he was coming inside that tunnel, just hoping that if he was going to go under attack from the archway side, he still had a dash to get away from. So it became like a 50-50 to check. If he looked towards that left side, towards B main, he probably could have spotted Valkyrie, dashed away, bait out a couple of shots, and allow his teammates to get in from B main and trade it off. But thankfully, luck was on Valkyrie's side, but even the aim was crispier for her to get that flick onto that kill. And really, the way that she danced around those bullets behind that wall, which we like to call Berlin Wall here towards this B side, she was able to waste enough time here for her teammates to actually rotate across and retake the site. So, very well done. Let's see what happens now as Team Lily. They're taking over the defender side. And this is their strong suit.
Walking up towards that B entrance at the moment.
Only peeking I have is peeking duck.
Do we have a trap for our spawn or no?
No. No.
Oh shit.
I'm watching spawn right now though.
All right. What's the plan?
I think we split B.
We go B.
Okay. Do you want me to split it?
You have to do
Should
it
we
fast.
drone
The
it,
moment
or-
her walls go up, yeah, I can drone.
Ready? 3. We're gonna go in soon. Ready?
Okay, I'm gonna drone.
I need dog as well.
Yeah.
Okay, ready? 3. No, you don't drone. Don't drone. Ready?
Okay, ready?
Okay.
2, 1. Dog.
No one's watching our flank. Just a heads
I'm
up.
walling.
Close
Close left,
right,
close
close
left.
right, close right.
Nice,
Got him.
nice.
Blinding.
Planning.
No, drone might be
Planning
back
for
here. Waiting here. Holding.
Oh, close.
It's daddy. Okay, my wall's gonna drop soon. Okay.
Okay.
Blinding again.
Careful flank.
Blinding. 1 arches at least. I'm healing Scarra. Don't be.
Don't peek. Don't peek.
Try peek?
Don't peek.
At the small wall.
Nice. Oh shit. One tunnels.
Don't peek.
Lit 62.
Stop peeking. This is where we win. Stop
Tunnels
peeking.
lit 62.
Oh. What?
No. Nice.
Last guy's lit. 90 health.
You on me?
Nice. Let's fucking go.
Let's go!
Get it.
Oh my god, what a game, dude.
Oh, let's go. I'm so proud of you guys. Jeez.